So welcome to our February Cosmic Q&A. Wendy and I and Angels Emerging, we do this once a month. We've been doing these monthly gatherings, complimentary gatherings for over 8 years, believe it or not. So they used to be meditations with a Q&A at the end, and we've kind of converted them more into the Q&A because that's what more people are interested in. So tonight we thought we would really leverage and take advantage of world events and really bring our collective energy. All of you are so powerful and so potent.
That I have, so just to let you know, the cans on the left are old.
We're going to ask you to mute. I should mute everybody as they come in. Hang on one second. Okay, and then Wendy, unmute yourself. Yeah, okay, great. So we thought with this such a collective powerhouse of spiritual beings and energies that we would take a little bit of our time together tonight to send collective healing and energy and waves of peace and love to all war-torn regions in the world, and particularly right now in the one that is most evident and alarming is the war being perpetrated on Ukraine right now. So with that, Wendy, I'll turn it over to you.
All right. So if everyone can just take a nice deep breath, put everything out of your hands and just drop your attention into your heart space. And as a collective, let us call upon Mother, Father, God, and all that we are. We ask that you bring us peace. Peace be within us so we may share peace with the world. We ask that you bring us healing so we may be healed and reflect healing into the world. We ask that you gather all of those in danger, in situations that can lead to harm across our planet today. Hold them in safety and love. Let us understand that we can create a different world. Let us understand that as individuals, we are powerful and make a difference. Show us the best way to be in service. Show us the way to help our planet evolve past war, past greed, past hunger, past hate. We ask that you bless each and every soul. We ask that you illuminate their hearts and their minds and awaken in them the understanding of light and love and unity. And this we ask to the great healing and benefit of all. So be it.
So go ahead and just stay in your closed eye state. We're going to put all of you tonight to a bit of work in the world. So just continue to breathe. And as you breathe and release, just let go of any tension. Just settle in, go a bit deeper inside. Just know that you are connected. Feel yourself connected to the earth. Feel the gravity gently holding you in place. as you bring awareness to your beingness, your physicality, observing the quality of your breath right now. Notice where you are, and notice where the current crises that are perpetrating your world right now affect you and show up in the body. A sensation in your gut, perhaps in your neck, stress in your heart. Put your hand there now. Bring your hand to that place. Bring more loving attention to this place within you. And as you breathe, you're going to go ahead and notice that there is a great illuminated light that rests above you, coming from the cosmos, from your upper chakras, perhaps the great central sun. Just notice that it's coming down. Allow it just to come down, touch upon your crown, and enter with your permission. Just enter the crown. Let this light begin to flow gently, easily flow through you. As it awakens and stimulates each area of your body, your beingness. Just notice the vibrant white light. Notice this is the light of God, source, love, universal wisdom. It's a light that is continually flowing from God's heart into your very own heart throughout all of creation. And just feel it spreading throughout your entire beingness as you begin to understand more deeply that love is the most abundant thing in the universe, the supply of which is indeed endless. Imagine with each breath this light and this love as you grow in this light and love. Each breath in, you inhale this light and love. Each breath out, you expand it out and into the world around you. We're going to take a bit of a journey, just a few moments. Bear with us, settle in. Just imagine all this light and love running through you as the universe, source, God I am presents wings upon your back. And you're going to be lifted from the gravitational pull of the earth up and out into the cosmos. All the while you are a shimmering ray of light, meeting other shimmering rays of light amongst the cosmos. And we're going to make our way to the Eastern European region of your planet right now. This vibrant light of your wholeness, merging and marrying with others' wholeness, as we collectively begin to bring down light and love upon this region of the world, both the Ukraine and Russia, where all people are troubled right now. Your vibrant white light is there as a healing agent. And as you continue to breathe and your white light grows, greater still, the powers of which begin to pinpoint the lands of beautiful Ukraine as you begin to send and radiate more light and love force toward this region, to this beautiful country, both beautiful countries, showering it with a waterfall of vibrant, shimmering, effervescent light. You may find yourself lying down closer to the earth plane so that you can make sure that this white light that you are ushering forth in and through you touches every crevice and every city of Ukraine. Along the countryside, along the valleys and streams and mountains, and all the way into the cities, down the boulevards, down the little alleyways. All the while, this light is bringing peace and love, temperance, harmony, showering the people and the beings and the plants and the animals too of this country with love, with harmony, peace, balance, liberation. Continue to pour this vibrant waterfall of light as you begin to make your way around, seeing this light wash over everything and everyone, including the invading energies, the soldiers, the tanks. Share your light with them as well. See your light begin to transmute these non-peaceful energies into calm, into retraction, to peace, just through your intention of sending and directing. Feel your light as it pours down and begins to transmute any of the hostile energies, the anger, the hatred, the imbalance, the righteousness. Releasing all restraints of control, fear, and distortion of anything other than love, harmony, and light. Bring people back into balance, bringing these states of being through you. Allowing all souls, all consciousness to feel freedom in their hearts. Let your light begin to loosen and allow yourself to come back to your sovereign being. And just for the moment, we're going to retreat. I'm going to ask that you come back up out into your bodies with your wings, holding your hands out, knowing that you've ushered in new light and new love upon this region, this concentrated region at this time. Knowing that you can always return here through the coming days and weeks to continue to usher in, shower, and shed your light upon this region as you feel it hurting your own empathic self. And go ahead and begin to fly back through the cosmos, acknowledging those that you meet along the way, saying thank you for joining in today. As each one of us makes our way back to our homes and our comfort and our warmth. See yourself beginning to land back in your time and space. Wiggle your toes, your hands and your fingers. Bring your breath back to conscious awareness. One more breath in of this divine dispensation. As you release, release, release all that you're carrying. And we thank you for your service today. We thank you for your willingness to partake in this. It will take all of us and much of us to work in this region in the coming days and weeks and months. So with this, we thank you. We'll come back to present moment awareness.
Thank you.
Thank you all for participating in that. Alrighty.
Bring Metatron in.
Indeed. All right, so asking questions, it will help greatly for you to raise your finger with the little raise hand feature upon Zoom. So those of you that know it well, that pops you to the top so we can see you. If you're not able to do this, you'll have to make yourself noticed some other way. And we're not reading chat, so please be aware that the hand raise function is the best way for us to see you. So we will open the floor up for questions of any nature to the beloved I am the presence of Mother Divine, and to Metatron when he arrives. We already feel all the questions coming from you, yes? Sounds like potato chips, huh?
We will send you down. Thank you.
Hello, beloved. Thank you.
Good day to you.
Thank you. All right. It does not appear we have many questions in the queue, but those of you that have a question, please raise your hand. Oh, I see. I see Myrna. Hello, Myrna. How are you?
I am just fine. It's
Wonderful.
Myrna.
Myrna. Hello, Myrna.
Yes. What does Metatron see as the outcome for Ukraine? And yes, and Divine Mother.
Or
Anybody?
what do we see as an outcome? Well, we see that there's going to be an outpouring from around the world, and it is something that has not been accomplished before. Many countries, many humanitarian efforts coming together to bring peace. We see that there will be great resistance from those that invade, but we also see that the structure of their country does not want war, right? Nobody wants war. So we see that it will not be something that lasts too long in this form. It is going to shift form pretty quickly, right? And there will be a resolution, that it may not look like what you're anticipating that it may look like, that everybody goes home to their own separate corners, right? It has to be a little bit more negotiation for that, right?
So we too see a restructuring. There will be some negotiation. You asked about an outcome, and the outcome is a little vague in the moment due to the disorientation of the chaos that's been created. The outcome will be changing. It appears what's in front of both countries are continued negotiations for balance of power. How can one live in the shadows of one type of government and still feel safe and at peace? So there will be compromise that is necessary. And right now, all sides are fighting vigorously to just maintain a bit of control. And what's coming is for the aggression to recede. That will be first step. And then further from that will be months of negotiations and posturing. And you must know, beloveds, that this is a very patriarchal battle. One that is very much part of the ego. And so for the citizens, there will be a different outcome for them, for they will demand a new way forward. They do not want to live in fear of this happening again. Does this answer your question, beloved?
Thank you.
Does this assist you?
Yes, it relieves me to see that it's not going to escalate into something gigantic.
No, we do not see it escalating into multiple countries getting involved in warring nations, but it will be very concentrated upon this one particular region of the world. And there are many countries in that region that are involved in the outcomes, and they will be part of the negotiations. But it is, right now, it is very tenuous. Everybody is walking around, stomping their feet with their hands upon their hips, demanding things. So it is not going to come easily. All right. All right. Who has another question? We see Nancy. Hello, Nancy.
Hello. I actually have two questions. Is that okay? One, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Well, one is about what is, I'm concerned about my own country as well, of what's going on in our country with the mandates and with the voting and all that, just to see if it's all going to get resolved. I believe so. But that's one question. And the other question is, for me personally, I can't seem to feel at peace. I have been working with people, helping them with, messages that I receive for them, and it seems to give them peace. But for some reason, I just can't seem to shake this feeling of unease. I'm feeling it in my body. I'm feeling it in my chest. I guess you can say it's like an anxiety. It's not really an anxiety attack. I've had that before, but it's more like, I really don't know what it is. So I'm just asking if maybe you can clarify what it is so I can release it.
All right. So the energies in the world right now are creating a great deal of anxiety in people's energy fields, in their physical bodies, and of course their mental processes, right? There's so much that is on the table at this time. And so if you, as an empath, don't take care of yourself, and this goes for everybody, if you as an empath don't take care of yourself and disconnect yourself from that aspect of the collective consciousness where the anxiety and the fear and all of that is bubbling up, right, then you're going to find yourself living in that soup pot, right? And so tending to your own, spiritual hygiene each and every day, clearing your field, making sure that you have no energetic cords that can be causing challenges, right? And really paying attention to your own energy field. When you feel anxious, run some energy, raise your vibration, work with your chakras. These are tools that seem simplistic, but are actually very potent in the moment, right?
And we heard you, our friend, speak about your work in the world, and that you are outpouring of your energy to assist others to raise their vibration. And so what we're noticing is a depletion. And there is a worry for you energetically that if you continue to outpour and deplete yourself without replenishment and without this process of personal care, you will find yourself feeling at effect of more of the energies that are seeping in. You don't have much of a protective measure or around you, surroundings. So we are offering every day. It is important that every day that you drop into some practice that disconnects you. A salt bath, a grounding mechanism, floating in water can alleviate many of the symptoms you're feeling, but more importantly is to bring peace to your mind and your thoughts, and to go into a mindfulness practice where you go into the 0 point field where nothing can affect you, And then our other suggestion, other than those of my friend, is for you to have some boundaries and to set some protections for yourself when you are working with others, so that the infiltration is not so one way, where you are constantly giving, and not receiving anything in return. Does this assist you?
Yes.
Right. You must formulate peace in yourself in order to feel it. It does not come from the outside.
Right. Yes. That's what I know that, and that's why I'm saying, why do I feel this way? But yes, it does help.
Yeah.
And what of our country? I'm kind of curious which direction we're all going to be going.
Well, for me, you speak of the political landscape, and this is what is shifting and changing each and every moment right now. You have many factions fighting against each other. And who is the one with the bigger fists is going to win, huh? So you do have some challenges ahead of you, and your country in particular. The chaos is not complete. So arm yourself energetically, brace yourself. I did not intend to speak of taking up arms, but just arm yourselves with your tools and your practices and cultivate that peace within. For the measures of chaos will not affect you as much if you are doing your own internal work. And then you can be that beacon of light out in your own country and in the world. If it is cultivated strongly and your roots are well implanted into your own sovereignty, then you cannot be pushed around so easily. And the other thing that is coming up right now is more and more people are beginning to acquire and create their voice, their truth, and they're willing. The willingness for them to speak out is what is creating much of the chaos. And so you have many fields of truth right now. And so there will be fighting until there is some, again, negotiation and some compromise to agree to disagree, or to create laws that work for the betterment of more of the all and not just for some. Does this help you and make sense?
And also, you cannot separate your country from the rest of the world, beloved one. You are one. And that is important to remember. You cannot hide out in your little corner of the world and watch everything else crash and not understand that you're part of it all.
I do understand that. I do. But I think if you don't mind me, I don't want to take anybody else's time up, but I do feel that that's why I'm struggling, because I'm thinking to myself all the time, like, if I feel this way, how can I be that beacon of light? I'm like, and I do get those little dribbles of peace when I'm like, okay, I'm finally where I'm supposed to be. I feel great. And then I hear something about on the news, not because I'm listening, it's just by passing. And then I get all crazy. and it's not only that, but it's also other personal things in my life as well.
Thank you.
I understand that. Thank you.
Do your inner work, beloved. Do your inner work. So you cannot be faltered and pushed around so easily. All right. Thank you. Hello, Christina. Nice to see you. Have to take yourself off mute so we can hear you.
Was waiting to be called on, like, a good girl.
Indeed.
My turn to speak.
You are a good girl no matter what.
I know. I finally learned that. I enjoyed the other questions as well as the meditation. One of the last times I was able to join you guys, I was having some health issues. Well, that was probably a year ago, and I'm still having health issues. The medical community has just sort of gone, we've done what we can. And so I'm looking for a different direction, or a, something that maybe I'm doing that is blocking my healing. I just need help, 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 help.
All right. All right. If the medical community is not giving you what you need, then please expand out into what is alternative. Find a good naturopath. They look at the body systems very differently.
Yes.
Right? And what we would say is to watch your self-talk. Watch how you talk to yourself. Watch your vibration, how you're moving in the world. Because if you're feeling depressed, or if you're feeling angry, or frustrated, all those things, that's going to suppress your immune, beloved one. And so finding a way to laugh every day, even if you have to pretend laugh until you laugh a little bit, right? And find ways to boost your vibe. That's going to be critically important to your healing process.
Okay.
Right? The way you think, the thought process in the head determines what happens in the body.
Right.
Okay. So just, work on how you're talking to yourself, work on vibing up, and find a naturopath that will resonate. Right.
I will look for a naturopath.
Yeah, and someone, we don't know if you are able to, do you remember Dr. Jarvis, the chiropractor?
Yes, yes.
He is quite adept at helping, and you might find that he will be someone that can assist you.
Right, right. Well, I did start with an acupuncturist. I mean, I went, well, they can't help me. I'm going to try acupuncture. I've got a chiropractor lined up, but I'll
Dr. Ed would be someone for you, beloved, that would be able to look at your whole beingness, your energetic body
Exactly.
as well as your physical. And we too are hearing and seeing the need for you to reach out into your community for homeopathic measures. And
Right.
my counsel to you, beloved, is to treat your health like a job. You wake up in the morning, it is your single most important thing to pay attention to is your health. Begin to walk and take some movement classes and engage in some activities where, now that things are coming back online, so to speak, to get out a bit and be around community.
Right.
So you are speaking and feeling your purpose is more engaged. And do artwork and things that lift your vibration and your spirit, as opposed to have you sitting around watching news or sad movies. Watch happy movies. Read happy books. Do painting. You love to paint, yes, as I recall.
Yes. I haven't in a while. That's a good idea.
But your painting would lift your spirits and begin to use bright colors and just paint for the pleasure of painting. It does not have to achieve any beautiful portrait or anything.
Right.
Just paint.
Correct.
Or to be in your garden. You love your garden.
Well, and that's been, one of the frustrating things, that I try not to get too depressed or too negative about it. But I sit and look at my garden, and I just have not had the ability to move. So that's why I'm, coming here, and just to see what other direction I can go to get some movement back.
Well, to start slow, but to begin to move your body, even if it is a class where you sit in a chair and you're moving your upper body in particular.
Right.
And then even if you're just able to walk around the block in your neighborhood would be helpful.
Yeah. I've made it halfway around. Can't quite make it all the way yet,
Good job.
but I'm working on it.
Good job, my friend.
You have very long blocks, beloved one. So
Yeah, I
give
do.
yourself a gold star for what you have accomplished. All right.
I will. I do. I
Good.
do.
Good.
Okay.
Glad
Well,
it's been helpful.
thanks.
Thank you, beloved. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Right. Hello, Mina. Hi, how are you?
Doing well. Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So this question, I mean, it's specific, but I think it could pertain to other folks that are present. It has to do with healing, and it's kind of related to a previous question, but this one specifically is, so I'm going down this path of finding my purpose and honoring my purpose, which led me to hypnotherapy and coaching. And in terms of the clients that I'm taking on, last week, I had a lot of things synchronize and line up such that the message was pointing towards working with women who have dealt with sexual trauma. And this was a dark period in my life about 12 years ago. And I've done a lot of healing on this front, especially regarding like PTS related to it. But so my question is related to, like, last week, I started a pre-call. And I did find, I know there's a lot of intense energies going on last week between the portal and between Ukraine and Russia. And then on top of that, me not sleeping very well due to prep work. But I guess the question is, how can I honor this calling while at the same time not feel maybe a relapse or some of the trauma being ignited within myself? Because I think that was something that was happening when I was doing this pre-call, listening to her story. There was, I think in these traumas, there's a lot of threads of similarity, right? So yeah, it's just, how do I go about doing this, but in a manner that doesn't take me down?
Yeah. So it's a challenge, right? And it's the old adage that healers go through specific things in their lives to then be able to heal that and then extend healing to others that have experienced similar things. And that does not mean that you can't or won't be triggered, because the healing will go deeper and deeper and deeper. So as you deepen your healing, you help your client deepen their healing, right? And the best thing that we can remind you is neutrality, right? You remember to be the tree, to be a Teflon tree if you must, right, Mina? But be that neutral place, so that when the emotion comes and the trigger happens, you can feel it and release it in the same breath.
Okay.
Right? That way you can be effective at helping your client, and when you are complete, then you can sit down and do your own process to clear, right? And this may happen for quite a while, right?
Thank you, Metatron.
For you are experiencing a phenomena of healers, beloved, that you will continue to manifest that in the person that sits before you, for you to get a hold of those pesky tentacles of your own healing process. Metatron alluded to the onion peeling. There is still more healing for you to do, beloved, around this. And so when you feel yourself triggered, how can you become that safe, sovereign place for yourself to receive your client, to do the work your client needs, and then to safeguard yourself to be able to process what it has brought up and triggered within you? there are still some latent cords and tentacles within you that still need to be excavated. And that deeper work for you should be side by side, perhaps, with this continuation of your own studies to become the magnificent coach and mentor that you are meant to be. But you will find that the deeper you are able to go yourself, beloved, the more deeply you will be able to hold others in their trauma, which you will not be able to do until you're able to do the depths of your own, to where there is no trigger. We call it like ripping off the proverbial band-aid, where the scar, the sore is still open a bit and it hurts when you poke at it. When that scar and that remnant of that experience in your life can become the scar that you can say, see, touch it and it does not hurt. The scar remains, but it no longer pokes at me. It no longer hurts when somebody antagonizes it. This is when the true measure of healing has occurred. But it does not mean you can't be doing this side by side as you go about your own work. It only shows you and exposes to you where the deeper work is for yourself, which is always our goal, yes?
Please do not forget your checks and balances, beloved one. All right. Reach out to those that love you and hold you in high regard and will tell you the truth.
And I'm hearing for you, beloved, have you looked into the practice of somatic healing? Where you do not have to release it so consciously. It can be sort of an unconscious release of anything that is latent still and buried within you, in your memory imprints and your cellular memories.
Okay, I haven't, but I will.
It is a good practice, perhaps, for those places that are really, really hard to get to. Somatic healing with an S, beloved. All right.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Oh, we have lots of hands up. Thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Hello, Roberto. Hi, good to see you. You look different.
Yeah. Hello. How are you?
Doing well.
Mother Mary. I have a couple of questions that are kind of different from each other. The first question is related to dreams. I had on my dreams, I see people that very well defined on the faces, but I don't know who they are. I never met them. I don't know if that has a meaning or anything, or it's just from different past lives, but if you can give me some input on that. And the second question is related more on the external part on the housing market. That I'm looking for a house and I cannot find it because the market is crazy in Phoenix. So if you see any, or you recommend any time frame that the market is gonna slow down soon, or I should just keep waiting? And yes, those two questions basically.
All right, we'll handle the house. The market is not going to slow down anytime soon. As a matter of fact, you may find it becoming progressively more difficult to find a home. The only places that seem to be workable these days are very much on the outskirts or in places that are probably not connected to your work, right? And so it is always good to have someone working for you to find their home, but you must be prepared to work within the parameters of the market right now. And right now, what you're seeing is that those that go in with cash offers are the ones that get the deal done, and not so much those that go in looking to finance. And that is going to continue to be a challenge for a while. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Mother, did you want to talk about the dreams?
Well, I did not understand the question of the dream. So you are seeing faces, and please just rephrase.
Very faces of people that I don't know. But the faces are really well defined, like very clear faces.
Mhm.
So it's not like something that come similar to people that I know. It's just totally different people. So I don't know what that means. If you can clarify.
All right. So what we are noticing is that these faces are pieces of your lineage, pieces of your history. They are some familiar and some are not so familiar. Visitors. I don't see that there's any imminent danger or anything of any of these beings crossing to. They're trying to get your attention, beloved.
Mm.
I see some are indeed connected to your lineage and your ancestral past. They are, coming to remind you of the truth of who you are. Have you moved recently to a new location?
No, I'm planning to move depending on the housing.
Ah, I see. So are you moving back closer to your
Phoenix.
ancestral home? Right. So it seems as though they might just be visitors from your past calling you home in a bit, and letting you know that there's a bit of a welcoming committee to receive you. But it does not appear to be anything for you to be too worried about. It feels like they are just bringing up latent memories for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Or unless one speaks or begins to give messages to you, let us know, right?
Okay. Thank you.
And I too see that the parameter of your home that you're looking to purchase and buy, you must broaden your scope. You must look beyond what your area right now of seeking a home, and it appears to be outside of that.
Okay. Thank you.
Indeed. Hello, Heather. How are you? Go ahead and unmute yourself. There you are. Unmute. Hello.
Good day. Sorry, my dog is here. It's okay. I am today. I took a momentous step. I put my house up for sale, and I am. I know I'm supposed to move this year. I am asking about how quickly this will sell, and whether I should stay in the area temporarily or completely extract myself from this area.
All right. So it looks like the home will settle relatively quickly.
Yes.
And there are many possibilities, beloved one, where to go. It does not feel that staying in your current area is going to be serving you for too much longer. Health-wise, your health is going to be supported by what we would say would be a different climate. Okay, and that, of course, is your discernment as to where that climate is around the world, because you are not limited, right? We see that there is a great need for community. And we would encourage you that whatever choice you make, that it takes you closer to community, deeper into community, instead of, planting yourself exclusively someplace all by yourself, right?
Right.
Okay. Please look to your health.
Look at my health.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pay attention to your body, pay attention to what's happening within, all right?
Well, that's a good point, because I thought that what I was experiencing most recently was due to the taking in more information, the planetary changes, all that, because I have been experiencing some things and I just chalked it up to that. So like dizziness, and actually it was like a very like illusion. I thought, not hallucinating, but I was definitely thinking I was seeing something, but I knew in my mind that that was not true. And because I am not sleeping, and I know that there can be a correlation between lack of sleep and these symptoms.
Look to your body, beloved one. Take care of it. Go see someone.
Okay. Okay.
Indeed.
Thank you.
We wish you well upon your journey.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So we're going to invite and ask anyone with additional questions to please elevate your questions to that that is of interest to the all and the collective. We appreciate taking personal questions, but it is not always the best for everyone listening in for your personal circumstances. So we just ask you to just elevate them just a bit. All right. Thank you. So Kelly, you have your hand up. We don't see your face though. Hello.
Can I not have it up there up when I ask the question?
It's all right. Just ask the question. You are unmuted. Thank you.
I have a very powerful, like a meditation thing, and a strong, radiant connection with the Lord and God and the universe. And I had been searching for well over 25 years for a special person that I needed to, I won't say that a person necessarily heals, because I believe the Lord does, but God gives the ability to people to heal, and he brings people into our lives. I believe that. And I truly believe he sent me an angel in the flesh, a real woman, but I believe she truly was an angel or is an angel for me in this life. And she is like a soulmate, somebody that I've been searching for, like I say, about over 25 or something years. And we hit it off, and we had the most strongest emotional connection. We can finish each other's sentences, and we were extremely close, and we've known each other roughly about 4 years. And there's some falling out that she doesn't express herself, she doesn't communicate, and I can't get her to talk. She's still in my life, but she's backed off and pushed me away harder this time than all the other times. And I don't know what this discontent is and what this confusion is. I was wondering if you could pick up on what might be happening.
Well, that which is a twin flame relationship, beloved one, is all about the healing, right? And if you are in a twin flame relationship with someone who cannot work with you and co-create the healing between you, it becomes frustrating. It just looks like this individual is having their own, and the word that is coming, and this is an odd word, is renaissance. They are recreating their life, wanting it to look a certain way, right? To feel a certain way. And they don't always have that feeling in conjunction to you and their friendship, because there are unhealed aspects, right? And so we would say to you to not look outward at your friend, but look inward and see if there are aspects of you that are currently calling to be healed, and to begin to do a little bit of deep personal work. As you do that, then everything and all of your relationships externally will begin to evolve and change. All right, does this make sense?
Yeah, it makes quite a bit of sense because this person has the tools that I need to heal something within that I just won't be able to do it myself without their help. And I don't think they're aware how much, or she's aware of how much, because we don't communicate, how much it's needed for me to heal and to get well. And I mean spiritually and emotionally, not physically.
Well, there are many people, beloved, that can assist you in your journey. This is a matter of the heart that has been feeling like there's been a separation between the two of you. And so when one heart is no longer available to another, it must become important for you to find an arena or the space for you to go about your own healing journey. It is an inside job that many people can assist you with the forgiveness and the heartache, that of which you carry within you. For it is your heartache right now that is suffering, and that is your work to do. She is not the only being upon your earth and planet that can assist you in this. It is really about connecting to source and love and bringing in the tenets of forgiveness and balance, self-forgiveness, forgiveness of others, and doing some of your own inner child work, which returns you to that sovereign state of self-love. And there are many, many people around you and within this community that you could reach out to that could assist you in this same journey, to provide you the tools which you speak of. But the work itself, beloved, is still incumbent upon you to take the steps, to cry the tears, to write the forgiveness list, to do the rituals. You will have to do that no matter who you choose to work with. Your healing journey is not, and this is for everyone here, your healing journey is not dependent on another ever. Does this assist you?
Wow. Thank you very much to both of you.
Thank you for being here this evening. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
All right, my friend. Oof.
All right. We have another hand up, Marquesa. Marquesa. Hello, Marquesa.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm also running around. So the question that I had is in connection to just the energies that are going on in the universe right now. I know that there's a lot of it connected to, sorry, my daughter's talking, connected to you, not a negative energy. I know that we feel that we're connected to the, being an empath. But I'm also been feeling like a lot of like pressure in my third eye and more like upgrading energy happening. And I'm wondering if that's something that's on a universal level that's open to all beings, or is that something that's only happening with individual people?
Oh, come on, what's your kid
Hello,
like that?
dear daughter. Hello.
All right. So the work that you're currently doing, beloved one, is expanding your psychic awarenesses. Right, and the pressure that you feel
particularly with the third eye, is that that awakening, the evolving of the third eye. This is open to everyone, right? Because of the energies that are flooding the planet at this time, but not everyone is attuned to it, aware of it, or even want it, right? So you are in the flow, so to speak, right?
Okay, thank you.
And please be well aware that right now we've come through an extremely challenging period of time where more energy is streaming down upon the planet, and the earth is going through its own rebirth and growth, so to speak, than ever before in recorded history. And so you, as you're opening up your empathic self and your tools and your skill set, you are more susceptible to these, which is why you're experiencing what we call ascension symptoms, correct? And these are pressure, the ears ringing, the buzzing. And right now we're in a bit of a relief period, just in this particular time. We are, I don't believe anything's in retrograde right now, but it soon will be again. And with this month comes your spring equinox. So more and more openings and gateways. February was a very, very challenging month for many, many empaths and those upon the journey, just in navigating the sleepless nights and the energy portals, the openings and the shifts, and all the planets going through their own upgrades, including that of Mother Earth. So self-care is ever more important for each and every one of you to tune in and take time each and every day to do your spiritual work, your grounding, your mechanisms, your meditations, the ways in which you find peace and balance so that you can rise again and walk upon the planet as the beacon of peace and light and balance, rather than that wobbly, chaotic self. And anyone you meet and come encounter with, you will bring harmony and joy, and they will feel good when they meet up with you. Does this assist you?
It does. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. All right, it looks like we have depleted our little yellow hands. So does anyone have any questions that are more organic that they just want to wave? I see a lot of people holding space for us, and we appreciate you taking that on. Hello, Shar, look at you. You look so different. My goodness, you've had a makeover. Nice to see you. Beautifully done. All right, if there are no other questions, I'll give you last call for more questions. Oh, we have one, Linda Ferber. Hello, Linda.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
Now you are muted, beloved one.
How can we tell the difference between when these energies, bring up feelings within us that are causing us to go into a healing, and how do we know it's our stuff or stuff that we're feeling in the world?
That's a great question. And, for the most part, beloved one, the situations and the trauma and all of those things that you've walked through in your own life, right? And sometimes your connection to another as an empath, right, will trigger those things that are yet healed. But we will say that, it's all an inside job. Oddly enough, it's all an inside job. All we would ask you to do is make sure that you know who you are and how you feel. And if you know that somebody else's stuff is in your space, that you bless it
and return it to source, right? But anything that you're feeling that is triggering a healing process, right, is facilitated on a soul level. Does this make sense?
So you mean that soul is bringing it up?
Indeed. If it's time to be healed, then the soul aspect will shine a light upon things that are ready to be released.
Okay.
You're always on your soul path, beloved. So your soul is always evolving. And when it is time for you to peel another layer of the proverbial onion, or whether it is time for a healing to come up that is more spontaneous, sometimes it is triggered by our own actions, you will know because you will be in reaction to it. You will feel the trigger within you. When you are affected by the external energies, it will be a bit more subtle. Sometimes it will come as the energy form or an anxiousness, an unsettling that you just can't shake, and you will be more in response to that. You'll say, gee, something is off with me. What is that? When it is an internal wound or something for you to work, you will either choose to work on it, saying, I am willing to do a healing path right now, which will bring up many times things for which you must work upon for your own evolution. Other times it will be spontaneous when a friend, and it's the pattern then. You'll notice a pattern in your life that occurs, that presents itself to you, and you are saying, I am tired of this pattern once and for all. It will affect you deeply. So the degree to which you are affected by it, or you are in the noticing of it, can be a good measure of whether it is something for you to work on internally, or whether it is an external force that is just perpetrating your space right now, interfering with your peace and calm and balance.
Okay.
Do you find this helpful?
I do find that helpful. Thank you.
Indeed, good.
Thank you very much.
Indeed, thank you for the question. All right.
Just something I forgot just quickly to these issues that I have.
Yes. You're having a hard time hearing you, beloved. Your sound is having some interference. Mm-hmm. You are frozen. I believe you are frozen. Does anyone else have any questions or anything they would like to bring forth? A question that is of concern to you? What lays heavy upon your heart right now? Mm-hmm. All right, beloveds. It appears that it may be complete. So we thank you all for your attendance tonight. It is our extreme pleasure and divine honor to continue to hold space in the capacity to heal your individual journeys as well as our collective journey. Know that we are all in this together. No one is getting out unscathed or alone. So heal each other. Look how you can support and love one another in the coming days and weeks. Kindness matters a great deal right now in your planet. And where you see perpetration and influence of aggression, try to intervene and minimize it by casting blessing or sharing a good thought or a hand upon your own heart in some way, or a word of kindness. This will help greatly in the coming days and weeks and months. Namaste. Namaste.
Everything that you do matters, beloved ones. Shine bright. Yeah. Namaste.
Thank you, Divine Mother. Thank you.
You're welcome. I notice when I'm more tired, I have less patient. So thank you everybody for being here tonight, and what a great journey to be on together. Really helps to have community, huh?
Yes.
Isn't it? A place to plug in and say, hey, what's up?
Thank you.
Am I crazy
Thank you.
or is it them that are crazy?
Oh, it's definitely me.
Right?
Yeah.
Say, everyone's crazy, raise your hand. All the crazies, raise your hand. Remember all those times you felt like a misfit, you didn't fit in, you didn't belong anywhere? Well, we found a place where you belong. No question about it. We got your back.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's
Yeah.
always a blessing to have your shining faces here and your wonderful energy as well.
Right.
Thank you.
And we'll take you as your brilliant selves and your hot mess. We love it all.
Yep. We look forward to seeing
Thank
you
you.
next month. And please remember that if you're someone who has not studied channeling with us as of yet, we have some amazing offerings coming up. Okay.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Christine,
All right.
again. All right. Mwah. We love you. Until
Thank
next
you,
time.
Connie. Thank you,
Thank
Wendy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're loved. You're all loved beyond measure. Loved beyond measure.
Thank you very
How,
much.
Bye. Be well.
Be well.
how can we
Christine?
watch it? Replay this?
Yes, I'm going to post it on YouTube, and it will be posted on our Facebook as well as on the YouTube. Angels Emerging YouTube. Go subscribe. Woohoo.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right, thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Take care.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Hang on.
All right.